So hey y'all, don't laugh at me because I've been cleaning all day and I've been working, trying to get this bag. I've been trying to do things better for myself so I can feel more uplifted. Oh, that's okay. So I came on here to say something that I think is really important because I've dealt with it a lot. And that's basically kicking your and don't laugh at my ponytail either. Hey, this is the natural me. And this is my ponytail that I am growing. And I am very proud of it. I usually wear a little fake ponytail on there, but I love my little ponytail. And look how it's fanned out. But anyway, um, okay. Okay. So anyway, me and my daughter, my youngest daughter, was talking. Oh Lord. Me and my youngest daughter was talking on the phone today. And she was saying how she's made decisions and was confident that they was the right one. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, me too. And I'm 53. You know what I'm saying? My daughter in her early 30s. And think about how I feel then. Like if she that young and feel that way, think about how I feel at 53. Because there's so many decisions that I made that I was confident that they was right. I'm talking about starting back when I was 14, 15. That's why I left home at 15. You know what I'm saying? And had a baby. Like I felt like I always knew more. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't really nothing wrong with being confident with your decisions because at the time you making decisions that you feel are the best for you and you don't know what the future holds. Anybody can make a decision and later on look at it like, why would I do that? Because that's what you knew and you were trying to, sometimes we ain't trying to make the right decision. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you genuinely trying to better your life or change your life for the better or making sure your kids good or making sure your bills is paid, things like that. So like I was thinking when she said that, I'm like, she hit the nail on the head because that's a lot of reason that I had to go back to therapy too. And remember, I was telling y'all, I'm going to a different place that's all about mental health. It's not about nothing else. That's all they work on, mental health and helping people with drug problems. And uh I am a recovering addict, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I got 8 years clean and but still the journey and the work is supposed to continue. And I've been told that recently, even though I knew it. So, the places like that. So they really supposed to be able to get you when you talk to them. So I'm going because I just want to stop being so mad at myself. Like I was talking to my oldest daughter this about a week ago, and I was like complaining about everything that's happening and the people and what they did and what they didn't do. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm really just mad at myself for putting myself in these situations. And some decisions that I made left a trail of debris for me to walk through. Like making a decision to start using narcotics. Like when I look back on that, I'm like, you didn't see what it did to everybody else and you chose to still go there. You know what? At that time, I felt like that can't control me. You know what I mean? That can't control me because I have control of myself and I can make, good decisions for me. I know what's best and I want to enjoy my life and do me. And here we are all these years later, and now I got to work on addiction for the rest of my life. And I'm not really mad about it anymore, but it's just one thing I could have left alone. But hey, here I am. So what I'm doing with those feelings of guilt, frustration, and being upset, I know I've heard and I've even said, you should forgive yourself for the things you did in survival mode. You should forgive yourself for anything you did if you really mean it, but definitely in survival mode. Because when you're in survival mode, you are stressed out. You got to rush. You got to make a decision now or it's going to cost you everything. So that's, we should forgive ourselves for what we did in survival mode. And I'm still working on that too. So, I don't know. Going to therapy and releasing this and finding out what I can do with this pain and this anger. I need help because I can't do it by myself, and I'm sharing this journey with y'all because my daughter is texting me. It is sharing this journey with y'all is really important to me because I want to talk to you, and I want anybody who in the same situation to understand that there is a way to deal with these things. You know what I mean? Because anger and sadness and fear, separate or all together, confusion, past trauma, these things make you make bad decisions sometimes. You know what I mean? A lot of times, because feeling like that, we be looking for this temporary gratification. You know what I mean? And sometimes in going after that temporary gratification, you end up with another problem. So now you got a problem on top of a bigger problem. So that's the real for me. Anytime I sought instant gratification, it cost me, whether it was my heart, my mind, money, jeopardizing my home, my children. Man, those instant gratification plans is a zero. Get rid of them as fast as you can. And if you need somebody to help you do it, please find it, because that is the worst and it just makes more problems. So yeah. So I just want to say that because when she said that earlier today, but I was confident making those decisions, and she was like, years later, I look back like, what was I thinking? And I'm like, that's true. That's true. Sometimes when I think about how I even raised my children, I just like, oh, it's not all of it, but just some parts of it. I'd be like, oh, I'm just cringed. And I have apologized to my children for things that I felt like I did that wasn't right, and I tell them, I thought at that time, at that age, this is how you do it. But now, I look at things totally different. Matter of fact, when my kids came to this earth with me, I was 15 when I started. So of course I look at everything different, and then I was in my teens, and then I was in my 20s, and then I was in my 30s, 40s, now 50s. All those years, every 10 years, I'm a different looking person. I'm a different thinking person. I'm not that same person from before. So, being a parent, you could feel really guilty about things that you did when you was trying to raise your kids. So, I have to let that anger go and forgive myself and move on. So, maybe some people can do it without help. I got to get help. I need it and I want it gone. And I enjoy talking to, people that can help me about my problems. And really, when you think about it, when you go to counseling, I'm finna end this video because it's going over. I don't like my videos to be longer than 6 minutes. But when you go to somebody for therapy, they don't answer your questions. They don't fix you. They may give you suggestions. Also, they kind of let you talk. And then talking in this kind of quiet, comfortable setting, sometimes you end up finding the solution to some of the things you were confused about or felt bad about. So I'm doing it. And if the psychiatrists come in and want to give me some medicine, I'm taking it. And I really love when they be like, well, we're gonna start on the lowest dose and then we'll move forward if you're not happy, because it shows me that they do care about what I'm going through and what I will be dealing with the medicine, as opposed to some doctors that's just gonna hit you with 400-500, then you walking around crazy, your eyes blew out, because you need to work towards what's supposed to be going on with your medicine. You shouldn't just get a bunch of it at one time. So I do appreciate doctors that start me off slow and they're concerned with my heart. They're concerned with how this medicine affects my brain, because these medicines that I take, well, I'm only taking one right now, but they are brain medicine. They deal with the brain. But, you never know. You can have side effects. So I like doctors that take that into consideration and we have the discussion. I think that's important with a good psychiatrist and therapist as well. So I'm finna go. But just know that there's nothing wrong with working towards forgiving yourself, being better. And there's nothing wrong with seeking help through therapy and psychiatrists, whatever you want to do, especially if you don't have nobody else. All right, y'all. Peace out.